Hi everyone, Aidan here. I hope that you're all keeping safe and well. Today I'd like to talk to you about the benefits and the purposes of a supplier audit. Supplier audits are used by firms to monitor and ensure that their suppliers are using best practices. So what is a supplier audit? A supplier audit is when a third-party inspector visits a supplier's warehouse, a production facility, or storage facility to check that supplier's practices, processes, certifications, and their trading history. It's used by many firms as part of their auditing and validation process. Supplier audits should be conducted every 2 years as it ensures that supplier is continuing and remaining up to par with the practices and expectations of a client. So what are the benefits of a supplier audit? Well, there's essentially three benefits. One is a supplier audit will help reveal any potential risks. A supplier audit can review all production processes, including shipping, manufacturing, quality control, and this gives insights into what areas may need to be improved by that supplier. The second thing is that it can improve customer satisfaction. One of the purposes of a supplier audit is to review the quality control processes and practices within that supplier. The third thing is it helps maintain and improve communications between your firm and the supplier's firm. The supplier will see the fact that you're sending an independent third party in to audit their firm on a regular basis shows that you have value for them and the relationship that you have with them. There are three types of supplier audit. The first type is an announced audit. This is where you or the inspection firm who is going to conduct the audit will contact the supplier beforehand to agree a time for them to visit to conduct a supplier audit. This gives the supplier time to prepare for the audit. That's a benefit. However, the negative to that is it enables the supplier to hide anything that they want to hide. The second type of audit is called an unannounced audit. This is where an auditor will arrive into a supplier's facility unannounced. This is growing in popularity. The third type of supplier audit is called a desktop audit. And the main purpose of this is validating any certifications that a supplier may have provided. This is usually done in the office by the inspector and they are just checking through certifications. So what happens during a supplier audit? Well, essentially there's three stages. So the first stage is when the inspector calls into the supplier. They'll initially sit down and have a pre-audit questionnaire and pre-inspection meeting. And the inspector will go through a series of questions, usually yes, no, with the supplier, and they look for copies of certificates, trading history records, employee records, things like that. The second stage is then the inspector will conduct a physical review and a walkthrough of the facility with the supplier, and they will look for things like the types of machinery, what documentation is attached to the machinery. They'll also look at staff welfare items. They will also look at stock levels and also see what current production is taking place on the factory floor. And finally, the third thing is the inspector will return back to the office. They'll start to validate and collate all the information and produce for you a detailed supplier audit report. So why should you get a supplier audit? There's really 5 reasons. The first thing is to reduce the risks to your company in terms of the quality of product that you're going to be buying from that supplier. In terms of risk, financial risks, is the supplier real? Are they legitimate? Would you lose money by sending it over to them? The second benefit of a supplier audit is that it allows you to get an independent review of a supplier's quality control practices and processes. The third thing is it allows you to get more information of how the supplier makes your product and also if they're using any subcontractors or other parties to help produce your product. The fourth thing is it ensures that the supplier is producing products in an ethical manner and that the staff who work with that supplier are being treated in an ethical and fair way. And finally, it helps your firm to build a relationship with that supplier and develop that relationship. So that's all about supplier audits. I hope you found that little bit of information of use. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. Goodada offers supplier audits in over 76 countries, so I'm well sure that we can help you have a supplier audit in most countries that you do business with. Please don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions, and thank you for taking the time to watch this video.